Swinging a ground ball, stabbed by Folk. He has it. He underhands to first, and the Boston Red Sox are the world champions. For the first time in 86 years, the Red Sox have won baseball's world championship. Can you believe it?
Welcome back to the Fenway Files. My name is Tyler, and thank you for joining us on this awful Tuesday night. And I have a very special episode for you tonight because I have none other than the dude who shared a nutsack with me at one point in time. My brother is joining me on tonight's episode because he is the only Toronto Blue Jays fan that I know of, based on his attire. Yeah, and thankfully, the Yankees are no longer in first place. So, Tom, I'm going to give you a little bit of time to boast about the Blue Jays. But before I do that, I have one question for you because I keep wanting to ask you this and I keep forgetting. Knowing that Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is having probably the worst season of his career up until the All-Star break, how do you feel about that contract?
I feel that it's kind of an overpay a little bit.
Oh, a little? $500 million for 12 home runs?
I think it was more saying that, we're ready to hand out money and all that.
Well, I mean, you got your player. What was it, a 14 or 15-year contract? I forgot.
It was 14. So
14?
After 2040.
2040? I'm going to be 40 watching Vladimir Guerrero Jr. hit in AAA for this Buffalo Bison. Or who's
imagine him with a gray beard.
Oh, my God. I can't even imagine him knowing how to play baseball the right way. So, anyway, over the past, month and a half, the Toronto Blue Jays have won, 27 games out of 35?
They were 8 games back on the end of the day.
Yep, I have the exact date right here. If my computer would not be a boob. So on May 28th, you were 27-28, 8 games behind the Yankees. What's happened since then?
An Uno reverse card.
The Uno reverse card. Well, your record is now 53, about to be 54, as you've rightfully mentioned.
Yeah, first doesn't blow this.
I mean, it's the White Sox. If you blow it, I lose all respect for you.
Okay, you also lost a series to them.
Okay, that's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. Okay, I can't say anything to that. I mean, we at least took this season series, but 4 games to 3 to the White Sox is kind of fucking ridiculous.
When you had Devers.
Yeah. Meep. Okay, so I do have a couple of questions to ask you before we get into it. First of all, I've already asked you the Vladdy question, so, I mean, to me...
That can either age poorly or very good with due time. So.
I mean, I'm not going to judge a 14-year contract by the first half season. He's just...
No, that starts next year, because this year is his arbitration one.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, I can't really you're paying the guy how much money, and he's only
I think this year is
14 homers?
20-something.
Red Sox take the lead 1-0 on the dumbest double I've ever seen Trevor Story hit.
He's not even the home run leader. It's freaking 35-year-old George Springer.
Well, when your home run leader has 16 home runs, it's not much of a leader. But anyway, speaking of home run leaders, because that leads directly into my next question, what happened with Anthony Santander?
So what happened is that apparently he hurt his hip, and then I go and see on the injury report that he dislocated his shoulder somehow, and now he got a shot in his shoulder, and now he has left shoulder inflammation, and he's going to be taking swings for the first time next week.
When was the last time he's played? Because his stats are...
maybe 2 months ago.
Oh, that explains his stats. Do you know how bad his stats are, by the way? Because I have them in front of me.
Batting under 200 with 3 or 2 home runs.
Do you want to know what his not his WRC plus, what his WAR is right now?
Like maybe under 1.
It's negative 0.9.
Okay, yeah, same thing.
So he's got a negative 0.9 WAR, 6 home runs, and he's batting 179. His OPS plus is a 61.
Hey, we don't need him right now. We don't need him right now.
You don't need him right now.
Don't need him right now.
Well, okay, I will give you that because the only replacement you have is Alan Roden, who has a 206 average, negative
Alan
0.1
Roden
WAR.
can stay far away from this team after what I saw.
Yeah, so how many games have you and I gone to, and the Blue Jays have never won a single one of them?
No, you're just a curse.
I'm a curse.
I went with Braden twice, and we won both.
I'm a curse, more like I'm a good luck charm. What are you talking about? Bro, I can't.
Like every time you go with freaking Celtics night.
So, no, you literally. What's so sad too is how bad that franchise has fallen apart. But anyway, the Celtics. Have you seen what our opening roster?
Atlanta, yeah.
Our lineup next season does not look very good. But back to the Blue Jays. So since the end of May, you guys have not had a losing series. You are what?
No, that's a lie. We lost to Chicago.
Oh, the Cubs? Yeah.
No, the White Sox. At home.
Nice. Chalk it up to the White Sox having to win a series at some point in time. But outside of that series, what do you think is the single reason why they've turned their season around up until this point?
I honestly don't know because this is the same freaking roster from last year. Besides Scherzer.
Ceddanne Rafaela just doubled its 3-0. Why is this guy not an all-star?
Because he's not batting, freaking playing with an OPS under 700 apparently.
His OPS over the last 10 games is almost a 2,000. I don't want to hear that.
Then remove Julio and put him. I would take anyone else at this point.
So I'll get into the Ceddanne over George Springer in a few minutes because that is an interesting point. But so I when I watch the Blue Jays play, which is very not frequent, I won't lie. It just seems like a group of guys who like know how to play baseball the right way, and they just gel together. Like when I look at the Toronto Blue Jays currently, I see so much of the 2013 Red Sox. It's not even funny. Which like I hate even saying that because like that was such a special team, but like it just looks like you all know how to play baseball at a professional level, which I can't say for half of the American League East right now.
Then what you don't do is look at the first game of the season this year.
Why did you guys get the doors blown off?
On opening day.
That's not a great not a great game.
We tied the series though, so that's.
So you're almost 4 games by the end of today. You will be 4 games over the Yankees in first place. You're the only team in the division. What's up?
You gotta pray they lose.
Yeah, right. You're the only team in the division with over 50 wins. What do you think is like the one thing that you guys do better than any other team in the division? Small, absolutely. I was gonna say the same thing, and that's the area where the Red Sox struggle the most is understanding how to play baseball the right way. Jarren Duran singled in a run 4-0. I'll get to. I'm gonna take this wet noodle and I'm gonna shove it so far up your butt. No, I'm gonna get to him in a little bit because I am not not right now. So small ball. When you mean that, like advancing runners when runners are in scoring position, like bunting. Yeah, that's something that like the Red Sox just don't do or don't know how to do. Is just like bunt. Anything else? Like, are they pitching well? Is their bullpen pretty good?
Yeah, I feel like we have too many relievers to choose from, considering we were bringing up random people from AAA and then sending them right back down because we have too many people.
Yeah, when I watch Blue Jays games again, very infrequent when I do, but like when you and I go to games, and I'm like, outside of Chad Green, who the
No,
fuck?
Chad Green, past 2 weeks, has turned around.
No, but like it's a name I at least recognize. Like who the hell else is in your bullpen? Like when I looked at their roster.
So, bad news: Nick Sandlin just won the 15-day IL. R.I.P. So we got Mason Fluharty, we got Braden Fisher, Dario Rodriguez,
okay,
Jeff Hoffman, freaking that Pena guy we freaking brought in last night who sucked. Estrada, freaking Chad 50-50 Green.
So I'm looking right now, Tom, at the baseball
Brandon
reference
Little.
page for the Blue Jays bullpen. Not a single person has a WAR over 1. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Yario Rodriguez has a WAR of 1.2. Everybody else is under 0.9. Mason Flaherty has a negative 0.4. How do you pronounce it?
Fluharty.
Fluharty?
Yes.
Okay. Dumbest name I've ever heard of
Just
outside
like how it's Lucas and not Luke's.
Yeah, you guys just like being different, apparently. But you have 20... No, I'm sorry. You have 19 people on your Baseball Savant page as recorded at least one inning pitched in bullpen relief. Out of all of those players, you have a combined WAR of 5.6. Between all of your bullpen, your closer, Jeff Hoffman, who has a WAR of 0.1, and all of your starting pitchers. And based on the stats, it looks like Jose Barrios is your like bona fide ace with a 4.06 ERA. That's not great. But the one thing that stands out to me, though, about this Baseball Savant page is the fact that Jose Barrios, Kevin Gausman, and Chris Bassett all have over 100 innings pitched. That's something that like I can't really say about the Red Sox because we never started the season with a healthy rotation. I know that you probably don't follow like Red Sox injury updates or anything, but like Cutter Crawford never picked up a baseball this entire season. He dealt with a knee injury in spring training, and then something happened to his wrist, and he's just like done for the rest of the year.
What happened to Tanner Houck?
Phantom IL. That literally he forgot how to pitch.
So Bowden Francis, okay.
Tanner Houck's ERA, all of his stats this season would make him the worst statistical starting pitcher in baseball at the moment. Like, I think his ERA is above 14. His WHIP is like 7 point something. It's atrocious, absolutely terrible. But to wrap it all back together, do you think, all bias aside, that the Blue Jays can actually hold off the Yankees to remain in first place for the rest of the season?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I saw the wheels turning there, and I was like, "Oh God, he's gonna blank."
I know what the rest of the schedule looks like.
Yeah,
the rest. Not pretty.
Yeah, both of our schedules are not good.
It's like we're facing contender.
We're like first in the division. The Twins, first in the division. The Twins. So I definitely feel you there. I'll look at your schedule in just a second. Hold on.
It's not very good. Not very cash money.
Not very cash money. Well, you're winning 5-0, so that's pretty good.
I'm watching it now.
I don't want Blue Jays tickets. Piss off.
Yes, you do.
I definitely don't. Okay. You have a White Sox game tomorrow at 2:10.
Huh?
You have a game against the White Sox tomorrow at 2:10 p.m. That is horrible.
I thought it was at 4.
Nope, 2:10. Friday, Friday and Saturday, you have 10:05 games.
Bro, we haven't had a day off in like 2 to 3 weeks.
You have a day off on Thursday. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Well, we haven't had this.
You also had a day off. Oh, no, you didn't. Wait a minute.
No.
I'm snorting coke. Your last day off was on June 23rd. That sucks.
Yeah, I'm surprised his bullpen is not completely destroyed.
That absolutely sucks. Well, at least you got the White Sox and the Athletics. I mean, you had a pretty easy schedule. You had the Angels, which you swept, rightfully so. And then I'm assuming you're going to sweep the White Sox. And then the Athletics. Right, yeah. But after that, you have the Giants, the Yankees.
Don't worry, it's just the Giants.
That Yankees series is basically going to decide if you keep first place or not. I'm telling you that right now.
That's going to decide if Aaron Boone is going to be fired.
They're never firing Aaron Boone.
Should be.
Oh, God. Brian Bayo just hit, who was that? Mickey Moniak in the ankle, and he's down and limping to first. That sucks.
Well, that's going on the hook.
Okay. Yeah, so you got the Giants, who are not playing good baseball, the Yankees, who are not playing good baseball, then the Tigers, who are probably your biggest opponent for the number 1 seed, and then the Orioles. So honestly, your schedule's not that difficult coming out of the All-Star break. Me, on the other hand, I have to watch this team get absolutely railed by the Cubs on the road, the Phillies on the road, and then we have the Dodgers at home, followed by the Twins on the road.
Yeah, you're done.
And then we have the Astros at home, and then the Royals at home. Then we have the Padres and Astros. Like
Padres aren't that scary. No. Astros, on the other hand.
Their pitching staff scares me. Dylan Cease, I mean, who knows if Dylan Cease and Michael King are even going to be on the Padres?
Yeah, Dylan Cease, Michael King, Nick Pivetta. Who else?
I miss Nicky Smooches so much, dude. He would be so good on this team right now. Don't get me salivating and fantasizing about things. Anyway. So this is kind of going to lead into the contents of what I really want to get to. If you only had one move you could make, let's just say you're Ben Shapiro, or not Ben Shapiro, what the fuck is his name?
Shapiro. Mark Shapiro.
Mark Shapiro, I said Ben Shapiro. I hate
but
myself.
It's more Ross Atkins at this point.
So, if you are the general manager for the Toronto Blue Jays and you had one move you could make, what is that move for the trade deadline?
What is that?
Who?
What do we need?
I have my opinion.
I would probably go after a starting pitcher.
So,
just because at any given moment, Scherzer can be like, you know what? My thumb's falling off.
I keep forgetting you have Max Scherzer in the minors for some reason. I mean, if Max Scherzer would have stayed healthy, you would have had one decent rotation, I won't lie. But expecting
he's like 40 and about to be in the grave. So
expecting Max Scherzer to pitch 100 innings was kind of crazy to begin with. What are you paying him, like $23 million?
20.
That's I mean, we're paying Walker Buehler 21. I can't even fucking say anything. So
you're paying him to throw batting practice?
He really puts walk in his first name, that's for damn sure.
No, it's walk.
So, do you know of any of the starting pitchers who are possibly available for this trade deadline? Because I have a list in front of me if you wanted me to go down some of the names.
I know we were looking at Seth Lugo for some reason.
So, if you get Seth Lugo, I'm going to fucking stab you. He's number one on my list, I swear to God.
Sandy Alcantara, maybe we can turn him around.
I don't know about that because I told you before we started this podcast, I have a set of notes in front of me, right? Because sometimes I forget things. In 18 games started this season, his ERA is above 7.
Yeah, but it's the Marlins.
That doesn't
It's the Marlins.
His ERA is still above 7.
It's the Marlins.
He's not
Their pitching coach must suck.
Maybe he just sucks.
Maybe.
No, my guess is he's probably checked out. I mean, they should have traded him 2 years ago when he won the Cy Young, but
Exactly.
let me see who else we have on this list. So I'm just going to throw out a couple of names. You tell me if you would want them on the Blue Jays.
I want Eugenio Suarez.
You're not getting Suarez, bro. I'm going to die on this hill. Okay, I'll tell you
Now
why.
watch, I'll get the notification.
You know what? Honestly, if you get Suarez, I'll be so much happier than if the Yankees do, because the Yankees are going to make some stupid push for him. It's not even going to be funny. Because like they said that Jazz Chisholm's going to be playing second base, and that DJ LeMahieu is not playing third. Like I genuinely don't understand. So okay, so Sandy Alcantara, if you trade for him, just so you know, he's under contract until 2027. He's making $17 million this year, next year, and then a $21 million club option for 2027 with a $2 million buyout.
Which is why Seth Lugo is at the top.
His ERA for the month of June is 8.47, just so you know.
That is the Marlins.
So a person who stood out to me as somebody who I think the both of us, like both of the Blue Jays and the Red Sox, could go after is Mitch Keller, because he's under contract through 2028. He is getting a pretty decent chunk of change, I will say that. So
I think we have enough money.
Yeah, because nobody likes taking Toronto's money for some reason. But he has a K percentage of almost 21% since April. The only downside is the fact that the Pirates are... Well, I can't even say that, because the Pirates are probably going to be like, we'll take like expired concession popcorn if you want Mitch Keller at this point. So would you want Mitch Keller on your team, yes or no?
What's his ERA?
That's a really good question. Hold on. I should have had that ready to go.
What's his win-loss?
I honestly should just use StatMuse. StatMuse is like the best place you can go. Fuck. Oh, Fangraphs. I hate Baseball Reference for updating like once a month. I can't stand it. Mitch Keller, he is a righty. He's 29, so he's kind of young. He's in the middle of a 5-year, $77 million contract, which the fact that the Pirates gave him $77 million is kind of insane. His ERA is a 3.64.
That's not terrible.
No, that's not terrible. His FIP is a 3.24, so his ERA is a little bit higher than what it should be. He's got a 2.4 WAR. If you trade for Mitch Keller, he would be, by WAR, the best starting pitcher on the Blue Jays. I hope you know that.
He would probably go number 2.
Yeah,
Maybe.
He's got 106 innings pitched, so that would give you 4 starters with 100 innings pitched.
Barrio, Keller,
Yep.
Gosman, Bassett, Lauer.
Romy Gonzalez just hit another double.
Blow me.
Gladly. No, a couple of his other stats. He's got a K percentage of 18.9 for the season, walk percentage of 5.8. What else? There's got to be something more stats I can look up besides that. He's got a 5 pitch mix. He's got a slider, fastball, sinker, curveball, changeup. So that kind of sounds like exactly what anybody would be looking for. The last time he pitched, he went 6 strong, giving up 1 earned run. It was a homer, 5 strikeouts. I can't see who that was against, though. All right, so you would take Mitch Keller?
Huh?
You would take Mitch Keller?
Or Lugo.
Okay, I'll get to Seth Lugo, because I want Seth Lugo. Like, you can,
I want Seth Lugo.
You can piss off.
You have enough of a dumpster fire.
All right, bro. So let's see. Any interest in a bat? Would you want a bat, and if so, where would you put him?
Suarez.
Outside of Suarez, you're not getting him.
I don't even know who's available. I just heard him in pitching.
All right, I'll tell you who's available. I'll just read off a couple of names. Ryan O'Hearn, Ryan McMahon, Cedric Mullins.
We don't need an outfielder.
Marcelo Zuna, who's just a designated hitter. Roman Anthony singles in a run, 6-0.
Don't care.
Okay, buddy. Jesus Sanchez from the Marlins.
He's good.
Nathaniel Lowe, first base. I'm sure you need a first baseman, right? That's got power. You sure?
Yeah.
Any interest in Luis Robert Jr.? Or what
He's
about
batting under 200?
What about Andrew Benintendi?
His random ass home runs.
No, the only bats that really stand out to me are Eugenio Suarez and Josh Naylor, both of the D-backs. If you ask me, I would bet my life that Eugenio Suarez is going to end up on the New York Yankees and is going to be one of the worst days of my life. I'm telling you right now.
Absolutely disgusting.
I'm telling you right now, because they desperately, and I mean desperately, need a bat. They desperately need power in that lineup because
they don't need anything.
They're gonna go absolutely bonkers for starting pitching and Eugenio Suarez. If you made me guess what they would do, they would probably try to get a trade done to get both of those situated and handled within the same confines of the trade. So they would probably get Zach Gallen from the Diamondbacks and Suarez. But I fucking hope not.
That sounds like too much money.
Yeah. So I have a list of people that I desperately want the Red Sox to get. But before I do that, I'm just going to talk about the Red Sox just for a couple of minutes. Really quick, if you're just tuning into this podcast for whatever reason, this podcast is going to be a little bit different because I'm recording literally in the middle of a game. Right now it is 6-0 Red Sox in the bottom of the 7th inning, 2 runners on, Trevor Story at the plate, 1 out. I'm not going to be talking about the National Series, the Red Series, or the Rocky Series, or the Rays Series until after the All-Star Game, so I can talk about how the end of the first half of the season went, and then we're going to be going on from there. So this is only going to be really looking at trade deadline moves, and mainly part of it's going to be also about the Blue Jays too. That is why my brother is joining us tonight for tonight's podcast episode. So I don't want it to seem like an entire Blue Jays podcast because part of that has already started to happen. So I do have to talk about the Red Sox for a little bit. So in my opinion, I have a list of 5 priorities that the Red Sox have for this trade deadline because it's going to be a really interesting time period. So just for context, we have played 4 of the worst teams in Major League Baseball over the last couple of days. Trevor Story just hit an absolute dong into the monster 9-0.
Who? It's the Rockies.
I don't care. People need to start respecting Trevor Story. He has 15 home runs. Okay,
he better be freaking beating up his own team.
He has more home runs than Vladimir Guerrero Jr. I don't want to hear it.
Okay, who's in 4th place?
All right. Well, anyway,
You don't need to hit the long ball all the time to be good.
Okay, buddy. Anyway, so I have a set of 5 priorities, and the Red Sox, in my opinion, need to hit all 5 of these in order for this trade deadline to be successful. First and foremost, what's up?
Spend money.
Well, yeah, you have to spend like prospects. That's the thing. That's something that Craig Breslow needs to start doing. Like he put his nuts on the table with the Crochet trade, which he got permission from ownership to do in the first place. But like he needs to cut the cord with some of these prospects who have absolutely no place in the system going forward. So of those 5 things that we need to do, one by one, the number one thing is we need a top-of-the-line rotation arm. Like, obviously, Garrett Crochet has never pitched 200 innings in his career. He last year was the first so-called full-time season starting, and by the All-Star break, he was basically telling the White Sox he wasn't starting anymore. And over the last 3 starts, Garrett Crochet looks exhausted. Lucas Giolito has been the best starting pitcher in the American League East over the past 6 starts. His ERA is below .6. Brian Bayo looks like he's finally stepping up to that contract extension he got last season. But outside of that, it's like really nothing. Walker Buehler has been one of the worst pitchers in Major League Baseball. And then we have been rotating between Dick Fitz, Hunter Dobbins, and like literally bullpen games. So getting a top-of-the-line starter would give Dick Fitz, Hunter Dobbins more time to develop in the minors. And I'm looking at the possibility of a Seth Lugo or a player very similar to Seth Lugo to fill in that role. I don't think that the Royals are going to trade us Seth Lugo unless we did something stupid, because they know that we are both after that same last wild card spot, and the Royals consistently play well at the end of the season. So I don't think that Seth Lugo is going to end up traded to the Red Sox, but that would be, if I had to pick somebody, that would be what I go after. Now, they did also list Michael Wacha as a possible trade candidate, but I see more upside with Seth Lugo than Michael Wacha. The number 2 thing that we need to handle is we need to get a power bat at whatever fucking position we can get one at. What would be awesome is if we could get it at catcher or first base. That would be fantastic, because right now we have Nate Eaton, Romy Gonzalez, and Abraham Toro basically revolving first base. While Christian Campbell is in AAA trying to figure out how to be a first baseman, which makes no fucking sense to me in the first place. And we could also fill that power bat by getting a backup catcher. And somebody I had in mind was Sean Murphy, because the Braves are actively trying to sell basically anybody they can outside of Chris Sale, because they are having a horrendous season. I feel like it is more reasonable to expect a Sean Murphy trade to the Red Sox than anything else, but I don't see backup catcher being something that the Red Sox are really going to designate their time for. Tom, would you want Sean Murphy as your backup catcher on the Blue Jays, or are you happy with Kirk? Who's Kirk's backup?
Tyler Heineman.
Yes, the Red Sox old farmhand. Okay, yeah, so you need a backup catcher too.
Go
clearly.
look at his average right now.
I don't want to hear shit about average. Romy Gonzalez is batting .350. Alright, anyway. Third on my list. This isn't a trade. It's don't fucking sell anybody from the team. Unless it's Walker Buehler, Zach Kelly, or Tanner Houck, which you can't even trade because he's on the Phantom IL. I don't want to see anybody outside of Connor Wong traded from this team. And I don't think anybody is going to trade for Connor Wong. You want to hear a funny stat, Tom? You want to know how many extra base hits Connor Wong has on the season? Jarren Duran almost just hit a ball to the Ted Williams seat.
You're echoing.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I hate my life. So, really quick, Jarren Duran just hit a ball 456 feet.
How big was the racket on that one?
It's 10-0. Boy, hold on. Hold on. No, hold on. I gotta do this. I can't do this and not do it. Where is it? Oh, fucking blow me. Where is it? just trying to have a good time, that's all. But yeah, it's 10-0. I mean, it's the Rockies. I can't get too happy about it. But
Is that what you said in 07?
Okay, buddy. We swept the Rockies in the World Series. The Rockies
That
had
wasn't
no...
even a World Series.
No, it absolutely was not. They had no part to play in that whatsoever. My computer is lagging like crazy. I apologize. Give me 1 second. The missus just texted me. So, okay. The other thing that the Red Sox need to do is they need desperately to trade Masataka Yoshida to literally anybody who would take him. Because I don't know if you've heard over the past couple of days, Tom, but Masataka Yoshida is coming back from the IL, and he is apparently taking Jarren Duran's place on the 26-man roster, which doesn't make any fucking sense to me whatsoever.
He's taking Duran's place, so that means Duran's going to where? AAA?
No, uh-oh. I just got a notification saying the visual just dropped on my...
Yeah, I just saw that.
Great. We'll see how this goes. But,
Or
so
ADP.
They're going to have Jarren Duran... Masataka Yoshida DH, which means that you have Jarren Duran, Wilyer Abreu, Roman Anthony, and Ceddanne Rafaela trying to play 3 positions. So somebody's going to have to sit. I'm lagging like crazy. Son of a bitch. Alright, hold on. I have to close some of my apps on my computer.
Yeah, close out your websites.
Oh yeah, all of my incognito stuff. My fault. No, I won't keep you too much longer because I know that you got stuff to do.
You're holding me hostage.
Oh yeah, no, I'm totally holding you hostage. My concern...
You're echoing.
Oh my god, I hate everything. So my biggest concern for the Toronto Blue Jays come the trade deadline is the fact that you have 2 players in the pipeline top 100, and both of them are between 50 and 100. We, on the other hand, have 8 players in the top 100. So I want to see the Blue Jays make moves, but I don't think they have the capital to make the moves.
I guess we'll just have to see.
We'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, I guess so, right?
Freaking Ross can either do nothing or he can just freaking ship out everything.
Well, if he sells first place, he'll go down as the worst GM second worst GM outside of Heimler.
He already is. Right behind what's the Oakland owner? John Fisher.
Yeah, we don't talk about John Fisher, that piece of shit. Anyway, so the other thing that the Red Sox need, like I said, is they need to get rid of Masataka Yoshida. Because, and I will die on this hill, if the Red Sox pick Masataka Yoshida over Jarren Duran long term, we never deserve to, A, make the postseason, let alone win another fucking championship. Okay? There is zero reason why you would pick Masataka Yoshida, the player who can't play defense, who can't run, who can't hit for power.
Did he play like that in Japan?
He was like basically a Make-A-Wish version of Ichiro Suzuki. 0 power, no fielding ability whatsoever, but he was hitting for contact like crazy. The only thing that Masataka Yoshida does better than Jarren Duran is not strike out. That's it. He's got a strikeout percentage of like 5.5.
That sounds like a great leadoff option.
I'm going to strangle you. I'm going to jump through this computer and I'm going to strangle you. If we pick Masataka Yoshida over Jarren Duran and then trade Jarren Duran to whoever the fuck, I will personally
San Diego.
If we trade him to San Diego, I will personally...
Manny Machado.
If we trade for Manny... No, we would never trade for Manny Machado.
You don't know that.
I would burn every single one of my Red Sox jerseys if we traded for Manny Machado, okay? I don't want to get into the beef between him and I. It's fucking insane. But, I'm, like, sweating like
You don't
so
like his
bad
right
now.
foot.
I don't like him ever. Like the
You don't
dude's
like
a
his right
douchebag.
foot.
He's a douchebag. No, but if we pick Masataka Yoshida over Jarren Duran, we should never win another World Series ever again, because that is baseball malpractice at its finest. And okay, it's a single. That's fine. Okay.
Single.
So some of the people who I want the Red Sox to go after. Final couple of notes. Seth Lugo, I already mentioned. Josh Naylor would be a great fit at first base, but my only thing with him is his.
He gets hurt a lot.
Yeah, he gets hurt a lot. He's injury prone. That's not
He
something
got
like.
like 5 times last week.
We already have an injury prone power bat first baseman on this team. I don't want to, but if Josh Naylor can stay healthy, then there's a chance that he could be a good piece for this team. I would love Sean Murphy on this team. I feel like him and Carlos Narvaez should be American League Rookie of the Year. If they 50-50 the catching position and just rotate every other day, you can preserve both of their bodies, their legs, and you could have them long term. Eugenio Suarez, as much as I would love for him to be on the Red Sox, I don't see us trading for him unless we get insider information about the Yankees having a trade in place. Then I think Breslow would say, oh, we're not going to let that fly, and make some sort of stupid trade. But I'm praying to God that the Red Sox are not sellers at the deadline and that we aggressively buy, because we are so close to that third wild card spot. And like the Diamondbacks 2 years ago, you don't know what's going to happen once you're in the playoffs. Once you're in, you're in. Like the Blue Jays, like if they make it to the postseason, there's a real chance that they go pretty lengthy into the postseason, because they have arguably one of the better rotations in the American League at the moment, because everybody else is hurt. Like,
Well, let me tell you something. We haven't won a playoff game since 2016.
wasn't the last playoff game you won the Jose Bautista a swing and a drive?
It was when we walked off the Orioles. No. What the? We beat the Rangers. That's what it was.
Oh, okay.
But it wasn't the Batfleck game.
Wasn't it the game after that?
It was the year after. It was a series after the wild card.
Oh, that was the 25th. Okay, I'm getting my years confused. Like I said, I don't really watch the Blue Jays that much. There are a list of players that I think both of our teams should really stay away from. Sandy Alcantara is number one on that list. An 8 ERA in the month of June and a 7 ERA for the season. No thanks. You can stay in Miami. I don't care. Cedric Mullins, especially for the Red Sox, when we already have an outfield problem, we don't need another outfielder.
We have too many.
On like the third on my list is Marcelo Zuna, another only DH player. Yes, he's got way more power than Masataka Yoshida, but the dude's also a horrible piece of, like, he's a horrible person. So I would much rather not have a wife beater on my team. Just putting that out there. Huh?
What are they, the Dodgers?
Oh, Jesus. So, fourth on my list is any player from the Rockies, because that organization breeds losers. Why is
how about Brendan Doyle?
No.
How about Ryan McMahon?
He's batting .212 for the season. No thanks.
It's the Rockies.
And then the last on my list is any starting pitcher who's over the age of 35. I don't want a 35-year-old veteran. I don't want a 35-year-old veteran to come in and blow his elbow out 2 weeks into the post-trade deadline.
We signed a 40-year-old veteran.
Congratulations.
Weird missing thumb.
And a different eyeball. But we did that with James Paxton last season. He pitched 3 innings and
you did that with Rich Hill.
No. It started with James Paxton. I'm not even kidding. He got 3 innings into the season post-trade deadline, blew his calf muscle out, and retired. Then that's when Rich Hill was like, okay, I'll start one game for you. And that's exactly what happened.
No, we came in for one game and struck Varsho out, and that was it.
Pussy. So, by the way, Brian Bayo pitched through the 8th inning. I hope you know that. It is the bottom of the 8th, and he's still pitching. So the last thing that I want to do before I let the both of us go, because this podcast is now already 45 minutes long, I have an awesome book I found in my closet, and I think this is just a fun, creative way to end the night.
Why was it in your closet?
There's a lot of other stuff in my closet, Tom.
So,
what's up?
I can't minimize my shit.
Yeah, unfortunately. The Riverside's not that friendly when it comes to using your phone. So, between World Series, record breakers, stadium stats, mascots, and history, pick a category.
Huh?
Pick a category between World Series, record breakers, stadium stats, history, mascots, or pitching greats. Pick a category.
World Series.
World Series. That's right at the beginning. That's super easy. Okay. So I'm going to ask you a set of 5 questions. I'm going to give you an answer.
Before you do that, your camera froze.
Of course.
Oh. Okay. Well, I picked up that, so go on.
Okay, fantastic. So I'm going to ask you a set of 5 questions. After each question, I'm going to give you the chance to answer, and then I'm going to tell you what the right answer is, and I'll tell you, obviously, if you got it right, and I'll tell you if you got it wrong.
Ready?
So, question number 1. Which team has won the most World Series titles?
The Yankees.
Option A, the Boston Red Sox. Option
you don't
B.
even need the list option.
So, the New York Yankees, and that would be
it's the
correct.
Black Sox, obviously.
Yeah. So this book is from 2016. They still own the record, unfortunately. Every time you talk to a Yankees fans, they say, "Kiss the rings." Fuck off, bitch. Okay. That question was pretty easy.
So glad.
Which player holds the record for the most walks in a single World Series? Option A, Willie Randolph. Option B, Barry Bonds. Option C, Joe Gordon. Or option D, Hank Thompson.
How about Barry Bonds?
It is Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds walked 13 of his 30 plate appearances during the 2002 World Series. Nice job. As of 2016, which is the only American League team that has never appeared in a World Series? Option A, the Texas Rangers. Option B, the Tampa Bay Rays. Option C, the Minnesota Twins. Or option D, the Seattle Mariners.
He said the Twins or Mariners?
Yep, so your options are the Twins, the Mariners, the Rays, or the Rangers. This is as of 2016. This is not counting the Rangers' past World Series win.
The Mariners.
It is, in fact, the Mariners. So even though they have yet to play in a World Series in 2001, the Mariners tied the record for the most games won in a single season. What number do you think that was? How many games did they win in 2001?
2001?
Yep.
Is this like a triple digit or?
Triple digits, baby.
Shit. I don't want to see that.
I'll give you a hint. It starts with a 1.
Shut up. It doesn't go 1-1, right?
It absolutely goes 1-1, baby.
115.
You're close. 116.
Oh, well.
How do you not make the World Series and win 116 games? I don't understand that. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Love this question. This is a fantastic way to end it. As of 2016, which is the only team to ever come back from being down 3-0 in a playoff series?
I'm not even going to answer that one.
Your options
I
are...
literally just watched like a 20-minute video about that. It's like the other side.
Your options are the Chicago White Sox, the Oakland Athletics, the New York Yankees, or the Boston Red Sox.
Yeah, I'm going to go C.
You're going to go Oakland. Yeah, no, it's the Boston Red Sox. So, on that note, Brian Bayo's pitching in the 9th inning. He might have a complete game.
It's the Rockies.
I don't care. 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 I do not care. This dude is literally insane.
Hey, remember when our run differential was like -20?
Yep. What is it now?
It's like plus 20 something.
Oh, okay. Okay, so before we go, is there any final things that you would like to say, Tom?
I'm getting the rope.
You're getting the rope. What happened?
Bassett gave him a home run.
When doesn't Bassett give up? Speaking of Bassett,
give that up to?
Please
Josh Rojas.
Okay, that's fine. Josh Rojas is like the only actual major leaguer on that team. Does he consistently just pitch not feeling well? Because the last time I saw him pitch, his entire face was just like bloodshot. Oh, I fucking hate everything. Brian Bayo just gave up a 2-run homer. It's 10-2. Why is he in the game? Why is he? Who? Why?
He's probably trying to save the bullpen.
The All-Star game is in 5 fucking days. You don't need to save the bullpen.
Save the bullpen.
There's nobody up pitching. They're actually going to let him...
There shouldn't be. You have a friggin' 8-run lead.
Okay, I guess that's a good point. Yeah, that ball was absolutely destroyed. And Brian Bayo looks pissed. Okay. Well, on that note, thank you for joining me tonight, Tom. I hope the Blue Jays have a good rest of their season, and hopefully I can have you on here at some point later on in the year. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. And have a good night, everybody. Thank you all for staying with me. There is lightning outside of my house, so I should probably get off. Enjoy the rest of the season, and I will see you all next Tuesday. Thank you. Have a great night.